Welcome to take 5 from Florida, and we're gonna begin in comfortable sitting or laying down position in a little bit of meditation to prepare for the class. And I also have new singing bowls, real ones. So sit down, lay down, and if you haven't gotten drink, get some water. Feel free to hydrate anytime during the class, and also stop, pause, and take a break maybe if it's too intense or you're losing your breath. Always be present to where you're at in the moment as it's your class. Bringing yourself back into the present moment and making you aware of your surroundings and how you feel would actually create this notion of awareness that you can transport with you after the class and in your life to be more mindful about everything, really. So let's notice where the breath is and begin slowing down the heartbeat through elongating the inhale and exhale. Move the breath deeper and lower, expanding the belly on inhalation and then belly towards the spine on exhalation. Cleaning all this stale air that's been on the bottoms of the lungs for a while. As in our daily lives, we usually breathe only with the tops of the lungs. Deep breath. And now you repeat your intention in your head 3 times in present time. We'll be coming back to this intention throughout the class many times. Connect this intention with your breath and even repeat your intention throughout the class without me even saying that. As many times as you remember, focusing on the breath will bring you to the present moment. At any time your mind tries to drift away to schedules and what's gonna happen later, or memories, what had happened earlier. Try to remain present in the class throughout the entire time. That is the main practice. And no judgment, don't judge yourself if you drift away with different thoughts and you catch yourself on a rabbit trail. It's normal, the minds are like puppies. Want to go there, want to go here, kind of want to keep it on a leash into the direction you want it to go. So constantly readjusting, constantly practicing, maintaining presence and sanity. Deepen the breath some more. Extend it even outside of your body. So on the inhalation, belly goes forward and sideways, filling up with air. But then imagine the air goes all the way to your extremities and even outside of your physical being. And on exhale, releasing all that is no longer needed or serving you. Begin relaxing the feet, the toes and the heels and the ankles. The entire length of the legs, knees and thighs and sitting bones. Relax the core and the chest and the shoulders, arms and hands and fingers. Relax the neck and the throat, inside and outside. Relax the jaw muscles, the cheeks and the eyes, with the eye sockets and the space between the eyebrow. Relax the scalp. Begin feeling a tingling sensation going throughout your entire body, caused by circulation. Inhaling positive energy and causing the cells to function properly. Exhaling what no longer serves and what's not needed. If you are laying down, go ahead and sit. Doesn't matter if you're in sit on your ankles, in hero's pose, kind of like I am, or with cross-legged position in front of you. It doesn't matter. As long as you keep the spine straight, elongating through the right hand up towards the sky. Grounding the right sitting bone, far away from the fingers. And then lean towards the left, extending really good the entire right side of the torso. Move the right arm a little bit back and maybe even look underneath it. And breathe. Lean more towards the left. Making sure you're anchoring the right sitting bone down where the entire right side is extending and elongating, and the left one is strong, so do not collapse to the left, but you're strong in the left. Keep the length on the right side as you inhale yourself up. Let's elongate through the left fingertips up towards the sky, far away from the left sitting bone this time, and move the left arm slightly back. And look underneath it. Breathe. Sending the breath all the way down. Lean more towards the right. Keep anchoring the left sitting bone down. Expanding and elongating on each inhale. And relaxing in the stretch on each exhale. Try not to collapse on the right side, but instead strong. Keep the length on the left side as you lift yourself back up. Place your hands in a prayer in front of you. Then move the hands slightly forward and fingertips towards you. Breathe. Notice how one left or right forearm or even the pinky finger and the ring finger might feel a little bit different than the other hand. That's normal, especially if you have a dominant hand that you use a lot. Just breathe into the stretch, don't force anything. If the breath is not full in a pose, that means you're too deep in it or you're holding too long for the stronger poses. Moving the arms higher and keep the fingers towards you as you go overhead and on the back. And on the back behind you, fingertips are pointed down with the thumbs towards you on the back of your head. Elbows in and then elbows up towards the sky. And when you're ready, release the arms next to you. Just a little bit further away, maybe a foot away each hand. Left ear towards the left shoulder and begin wiggling the fingers. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep wiggling the fingers. Once again, left ear towards the left shoulder. Notice differences now, right ear towards the right shoulder. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Chin towards the sky. Begin making circles with the head. Keep wiggling the fingers to extend the tendons, the entire length of each arm. Let's change the direction of the circle. Notice any noises around you that will be something that brings us closer to the present moment versus distracting us. Right now, you could probably hear some parrots on the background that are coming from outside because all my doors and windows are open. Inhaling, hands above the head, and keep the length of the spine. Float the arms down and then place them on the back of you in a reverse prayer. Now if that's difficult to reach, you can grab opposite elbows behind you and extend chest towards the sky. Prayer would be better if you can, but sometimes it's difficult for certain people, especially if you have big biceps. Relax the shoulders. Try to keep the chest open and then make a transition into placing the legs about 80% of what you can between them. And then square yourself towards the right foot and lean forward. Try to keep the spine straight so the arms will help you keep the length keep maintaining the length of the spine with the two sides of the right thigh. Very slowly, because you don't want the muscles to snap right back in, lift yourself, sneaking out of the pose, and gently square towards the left leg, on top of the left leg. And then begin leaning towards the toes with the face. Try to maintain straight spine by using the arms for leverage. Very slowly sneaking out of the pose and square yourself towards the middle. So now we're gonna go towards the middle with face forward and the arms are sliding down the ankles, towards the ankles. So if you can't reach the ankles, that's fine, you know, just as long as the spine is straight. You don't want to curve it and be curving down. Instead, move forward. Imagine kind of like in a downward facing dog. I walk behind you and I press in between your shoulder blades, so that's gonna move you forward the entire torso and not just the head down. The inner hamstrings are really underestimated in many occasions, so for this one, maybe use micropulsation to get deeper into the stretch. So inhale, slightly back up, and then exhale, push more into the stretch and release in the stretch. Take more time on exhalation while you're releasing. So inhale, slightly back up, exhale into the stretch. At your own pace, with your own breath. Come back to your attention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. When you're ready, just like before, slowly lifting yourself up and gathering your legs together. So you're gonna make a transition into tabletop. Each time we're on the hands, doesn't matter if it's tabletop or a handstand or a downward facing dog, we're spreading fingertips apart and dig them into the mat to protect the wrists. And if you do have any issues with your wrists, like pre-existing conditions, then be on your fists. If you're on your fists, be on the first 2 knuckles next to the one for the middle finger and the one for the pointer finger. On inhalation, moving the head and tailbone towards the sky. And exhale, round the back, push the mat away with the ankles and with the hands. At your own pace, just a few of those. Warming up the core. Try to have the breath all the way to the bottom of the belly while we're still warming up the core. Don't move the right leg anywhere, elevate the left one straight behind you. And a little higher than the head. Exhale, round the back, move the knee towards the chin and the chin towards the knee. Keep flowing with the breath at your own pace. When you're ready, get back to regular tabletop, left knee down. Keep the left knee to the left, not to the middle. We'll elongate through the right leg behind us and a little bit higher than the head. It's a direction higher than the head. It doesn't have to be rigidly higher. If it's too difficult at this point, doesn't matter, as long as you're just keep going towards into the direction of the sky with the foot. Exhale, round the back, knee towards the chin. And again, keep the flow at your own pace with your own breath. Try to match breath with movement the entire time. You inhale, is the movement about going up with the foot. Exhale, rounding the back. And when you have enough of that, regular tabletop, tuck the toes, lift up for first downward facing dog. Then you can begin walking the heels one at a time, elongating the backs of the legs. Anytime, feel free to grab a drink of water throughout the class. I find myself drinking a lot more water in Florida. And breathe. One heel at a time down. It could be inhale and exhale, right heel. Inhale and exhale, left heel. Actively pushing the mat away with the hands. Actively moving the chest towards the thighs. Each time in downward facing dog, try to think that you're hanging on a string from your tailbone. And really push with the hands. Moving as much as you can, chest towards the thighs, and look ideally towards your navel. Begin walking the feet towards the hands and find yourself in forward fold. Grab opposite elbows and ragdoll yourself down. Extending the backs of the legs. Relaxing the shoulder blades. Spacing them out. Relax the neck. Maybe move the breath on the backs of the lungs. Begin lifting one vertebra at a time. Once you find yourself on the top, do a couple or more shoulder rolls. Inhaling, hands above the head, forward fold, exhaling all the way down. Inhaling all the way up once again. Keep the arms up above the head. And then shift your weight into the right foot. Elevate the left knee. Move the left knee towards the left. Here it will be helpful if you find a point to stare at in front of you. Drishti, a point of concentration. If you can, maybe grab the toes of the left leg. Maybe straighten the left leg. Actively pulling right fingertips away from the left foot. If you do lose a balance, slowly get back into it, gracefully, no slamming yourself in a pose, as these balancing poses take time to get in. No using momentum, but instead stability and mindfulness. When you're ready to exit that, move into a tree. So left foot either below or above the knee. Growing tree branches, hands above the head, maybe even swaying from the wind for extra challenge in the balance. And when you're ready, step out of that, make a couple of rows on the right ankle that you were just standing, and while you're doing those rows on the ankle, change the direction. You're already stabilizing yourself into the left side, left leg. Elevating right knee towards the right. And maybe grabbing the hold of the toes with the right fingertips. The two peace fingers is probably the easiest. Left fingertips away from right foot. And breathe. Many of the times we have differences in balance between left and right as well, just like, right leg could be tighter or right shoulder could be tighter for other stretches, other poses. Same thing with stability. When we do these balancing poses, one side might be easier. Like for years, for me, the right side was it easier or harder? One of my sides was harder, so I was always starting with it. Now I can't tell, it's been like I've been doing yoga for 25 years, so it's difficult to remember which side was harder. But still today some of them is a little bit more balanced than the other one. Like today there's no difference, but some other days there is. Slowly get into a tree, so either below or above the knee with the right foot. Grow tree branches and maybe sway from the wind. And float the hands down, relax the shoulders, relax the right foot, maybe a couple of rows on the left ankle and reverse. Inhale, hands above the head, exhale, forward fold. Find yourself back to downward facing dog. Pushing the chest towards the thighs always. And then also actively pushing the mat away with the hands. Both of the heels are going lower and lower, extending the backs of the legs. Try to stare at your navel. And see if you can lift up more the tailbone by pushing even extra the mat away with the fingertips. Dig into the mat. Look forward and move left foot forward towards the hands. Elevate the right leg up towards the sky into standing split. You can choose to move the left hand a little bit towards the left and forward for more support, and then begin elevating the right hand up towards the sky. And extra challenge would be to move your face towards the right and completely turn towards the right into half moon. Keep breathing. Imagine the breath not only expands the belly forward on inhalation and sideways, but also the breath reaches the extremities, the toes and the fingers, and outside of your physical being. Exhale, forward fold everything down, relax. Walk the feet or jump them into plank. Lower in with the breath, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, up dog cobra, face towards the sky. Shoulders down and away from the ears, back to downward facing dog, exhale. Look forward, move the right foot forward towards the hands and elevate the left one, this time up towards the sky, standing split. Where is the breath? Strong core here as you move the right hand towards the right and a little bit forward for extra support. And then begin elevating the left arm up towards the sky. Maybe rotate the face towards the left as well, or completely go towards the left. Here's my challenge to do balance on this side. I can feel it. Mainly it comes from my hair and my face. Full breath, strong core. Breath is exceeding your limitation of the physical body. And when you're ready, forward fold everything down. Relax and move into downward facing dog. Inhale into plank, turn to left side. Left side plank, right arm up towards the sky. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale into plank, move to the right side, plank this time. Left arm up towards the sky. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Chest towards the thighs, actively pushing the mat away with the hands. Elevate the right leg up towards the sky and place it all the way to the left, on the left side of the right leg, and elevate the right arm up towards the sky. Opening the chest, opening the shoulder blades, strong left arm that you're standing on. Make sure the fingertips are spread or you're on a fist. On the next inhale, back to regular downward facing dog. One more side of that. So elevate left leg and then move it on the right side of the right leg on the ground. Elevating the left arm up towards the sky, overhead and towards the left. Extending the chest, expanding the shoulder blades away from each other. Full breath. And then back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Here is a great time to come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Get on your knees and interlace hands, interlace fingers, and place them 90 degrees from each other in front of you on the mat. So you're gonna place the fingers to kind of make this cup that your head is gonna go and lean onto. The top of your head is gonna go on the mat. The back of your head is gonna go on the hands. And you're gonna use the legs to walk towards it. So begin walking with your feet towards and use the elbows as a leverage to keep you supported. And maybe elevate the feet. Maybe straighten the feet. Full breath. Strong core. To exit, knees towards the chest, feet down, and move into child's pose, extending fingertips away from tailbone. Walk the hands towards the left. Anchor the right sitting bone down, extending more the right side. Walk the hands towards the right, anchoring the left sitting bone and extending more the left side. Walk the hands towards the middle, extending really good from both of the sitting bones to the fingertips, and then begin walking the hands towards you. Hands on the 2 sides far away from the heart center. And make a huge hug to yourself. Doesn't matter what arm is on the bottom when you switch. And then tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, hands far apart from each other, and now change the hug with the other hand on the bottom. Inhale, hands one more last time, far apart from each other, and on exhalation, move into tabletop. From tabletop, moving into downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, right knee goes down towards the hands and right ankle towards the left, moving into pigeon. Begin relaxing into the stretch on each exhale, maybe sneaking in more into the pose, maybe walking the hands forward. Breathe. Slowly begin walking the hands towards you and elevate the back foot. Grab the hold of the ankle or toes and pull it towards you. And when you're ready, let go of the ankle and place the left knee towards the left a little bit, alright? Foot straight in front of you, going towards the toes. Now at this point you can begin walking the hands forward, reaching the toes. You will curve the spine a little bit, but the legs are a lot more stretched at this point, and also the spine is warmed up, the core is warmed up. Since we did that headstand, each time you're doing my handstand or headstand, you are having your core doing a lot of work. So that helps with the spine muscles, to strengthen them. And when you're ready to exit that, slowly lifting yourself up, very slowly sneaking out. As we're dealing with big muscles here, so they would snap right back in sooner rather than stretching. Super awkward position to move into downward facing dog, but find your way. Alright, elevate the left leg behind you. And then moving the knee towards the hands for pigeon on this side. Notice how this side might feel different than the other side, or does it? Maybe lowering, maybe walking the hands forward, getting deeper into the stretch. Always use the breath to tell you how far are you in pose. Is it too far? Or how deep? Or do you hold too long? And breathe. Notice differences between the sides. Are there any? Pigeon is one of those poses that really exposes differences. For example, my right side is a lot tighter. In the past few days I drove over 2,000 kilometers, which is a lot of right leg work, with the gas and brake, with an automatic car, Walk the hands towards you at some point and get a hold of that ankle, either the ankle or the toes, whatever. Pull it towards you. Breathe. When you're ready, letting go of the right foot and place the right knee slightly to the right and elongate through the left leg straight in front of you, folding towards the toes, and then maybe begin walking the hands towards the ankle or towards the heel and curve the spine a little bit, sending the breath where is needed. When you're ready, begin walking the hands towards you, slowly sneaking out of the pose. Be careful with this one. And place both of your legs in front of you and hugging the knees. curve the spine and hang in there with the face towards in between the legs. Relax the shoulders, space out the shoulder blades. Relax the chin towards the chest, extend really good the back of the neck. Move the chin towards the left and then towards the right very slowly, and find any spot that might be tighter. So for this next one, I want you to be really careful about your neck. I want you to put most of your weight into the shoulders and not on the neck. So we'll move into plow pose first. So hug the knees towards the chest and then move the ankles up. Use the hands for leverage. First, dig the palms into the mat. Move the legs up and above and stand on your shoulders mostly. Maybe move each shoulder blade towards each other. You don't want too much of the pressure on the neck. If you have a longer neck, that's very important to be super mindful about it. If you have a shorter neck, you're lucky here. Walk the shoulder blades as much as you can towards each other and place the hands somewhere in the middle of the spine or towards the shoulders more. And then begin elevating the feet into straightened legs, into shoulder stand. Exhaling into plow. Inhale into shoulder stand. Couple of breaths here. Exhale, one more last plow. Couple of breaths here. Moving the knees towards the ears and slowly, with the help of the hands, lower your butt. And then grab the hold of your knees, hug the knees towards the chest, moving left and right. Tuck the chin so you can incorporate some of the top part of the spine and also the neck. Then grab the hold of your toes. Keep moving left and right. Full breaths. Inhale on the back of the lungs. Next time you go through the middle, just place the feet on the mat. Palms down and lift up for a bridge. Maybe interlace hands. Maybe walk your heels on the hands, if that's a possibility. We're on different bodies, so use the modifications that are closest to what's kind of comfortable and still pushing the limits a little bit, but you still have an awareness of your breath as you fall. Lift up a little higher, maybe walk the shoulder blades towards each other. Now is a great time to come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. If you remember it, if you don't, come up with a new one. And repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Slowly, when you're ready, begin lowering and eventually find yourself into hugging the knees again. As a matter of fact, don't really hug the knees, but grab them with your palms and make circles of the knees. It's like you're drawing a circle with both of the knees at the same time. This is going to massage the lower back more. And change the direction of the circle. Now let's hug the knees and move left and right. And eventually, drop the knees to one side, left or right. for a twist, and hold the knees down with the bottom arm. The top one goes overhead and to the opposite side, and look towards beyond the fingers of that top arm. Have to force in the breath a little bit since the torso is so restricting the rib cage. On the next inhale, hug the knees towards the middle and drop them towards the other side. Hold them down with the bottom arm as the top one goes towards the other side, the opposite direction, and looking beyond its fingers. And hug the knees towards the middle again one more last time, and feel free to maybe get the heels together with the knees spread to the two sides, or feet straight, legs straight, arms next to you with palms up. Tucking the chin towards the chest to extend the neck. See if you have to move around the shoulder blades in order to get the shoulders relaxed. Relax the scalp and the forehead, the jaw, the neck. Relax the shoulders and the arms and the hands and the fingertips. Sending the breath all the way to the fingertips. Relax the chest, the backs of the arms, and the torso, the abdominals. Relax the hips and the thighs. Relax the knees and the ankles and the calves. Relax the tops of the feet, the bottoms of the feet, the toes and the heels. Gently send the breath to the toes. Come back to your attention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Scan through the body and notice any areas that are not quite as relaxed as they could be, and maybe send the breath to those areas. Inhale and exhale. Sometimes there's this one muscle that's tight because it's connected to a thought or a worry. Let it go. Send the breath there. Clean it. inhaling white light. Actually, the white is a combination of all the colors. Exhale what no longer serves you. Keep laying down as I seal the practice for us with some singing bowls. Do come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. When you're ready, gently begin moving the toes and the fingers and maybe stretch. Arms overhead, far away from the ankles and toes. And find a way to one side, left or right. With the help of the top arm, lift yourself up with a strong straight spine, strong core. Inhaling into the belly. Each time you engage the belly into the breath, you're helping the core become stronger and the spine to stay straighter. When you're ready, inhale your arms overhead and moving into prayer. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, beautiful weekend. I'm playing a rave tonight, techno of course, on the East Coast. If you're in Florida, hit me up. I will hook you up. Bye. Shameless plug here.